of the questions from our students was she has some extra money. So they sold their condo, they bought a house, they have some money left over. She wanted to use that to put into investments, but she was speaking to an advisor and they had said that she should be putting that money onto her mortgage. So now there's a lot of nuance to this, right? It's really going to depend on your personal situation, okay? But what I want to say to you is that the safe way, right, putting that money onto your mortgage may not always be the safest way. So what do I mean by that? I think Jim Chung actually posted a tweet about this the other day, and I was like, it's a really great way to put it. So essentially he said, would you rather have a $1 million house or a $1 million stock portfolio? And I would rather have the $1 million stock portfolio because then I can pay for all of my living expenses. If you have a $1 million house, even if it's paid off, you are just living in your money, and there are still going to be expenses that you have to pay for, even if the house is paid off, right? Your property taxes, your maintenance. Additionally, you're still going to have your lifestyle expenses, whereas a $1 million portfolio can spit off $40,000 a year in income. Your house is going to require a significant amount of income that you're going to have to work for to actually put into that. So I think we need to make sure that we're looking at the net results to our life as well, especially if you are in the US and you've locked in at like a 30-year mortgage at like 2%. I would literally never pay that off. Like I would literally never pay that off. If you're in Canada where you're only locked in for 5 years and you are potentially experiencing some stress, or you're not sure if you're going to be able to pay an increased mortgage rate, then yeah, that's when we want to start considering putting more money onto our mortgage. However, if on average the stock market returns, say 10%, but your mortgage is at 4%, you are losing out on 6%. You are actually losing money by paying off your mortgage. Like I could have bought my house in cash, but instead what I wanted to do was use my money to fund my investments. And now the growth from my investments, the returns, the cash flow from my investments pays for my mortgage. So yes, even though I am paying mortgage interest, I am still actually saving money by not paying off the mortgage because the return on the money is higher than what I would pay in interest. And this goes against a lot of like traditional personal finance advice, or where, there's a lot of people that feel that there's like this emotional response to being debt free. And I totally get that because debt can feel like this like ball and chain. But I think it's really important that we remember, if you go ham paying off your mortgage and you're okay, you're at 50 years old, now I'm ready to save for retirement. Well, now you don't have those decades of time, because time is your most valuable asset, to grow your wealth for you, okay? And now you're in your 50s and you're gonna need to save and invest double, triple what you would have needed to save and invest in your 20s or 30s, okay, to get to that same amount, because you don't have that time. So I would personally not prioritize paying off my mortgage over funding my investment accounts.